Hello and welcome back. My name is Liam from the Basic Barista. In today's video, we are going to be taking apart the Coffee Alive extract chilling balls. We're going to be talking about how they work, what they can do for your coffee, and how you can get the most out of them. Having this product a part of my coffee making routine has been an absolute game changer. Since using the Coffee Alive extract chilling balls, I've personally gone down the deepest extract chilling rabbit hole, and I can't wait to share that with you in this video. So let's get into it. So this is what you get. Essentially, it's a silk carry bag with the Coffee Alive branding on the front. Now inside, you simply just open it, and inside you've got a little instruction card and a Q&A, and it opens up and it talks a little bit more about the product. As well as that, you also have the product itself, which is the Coffee Alive extract chilling ball. Essentially, all this is a stainless steel ball welded onto a piece of wire. However, this is quite an ingenious design, and the reason why is because you can use this a couple different ways. First way is if you have your espresso cup just underneath and you are using it under your espresso machine. Not all espresso machines have enough clearance between the group head spout and the ball itself. So to alleviate that, all you have to do is just flip it upside down and it will still sit on top of the cup. But this time it will give you 2/3 more clearance compared to the other way up. So just a really cool nifty thing, especially for machines such as the Gadja or even just home machines. Once you stick a scale under there and your espresso to then add a ball on top, it can reduce the amount of space, if not just not be any space. So yeah, that's a really cool addition. The next thing is the hook. So instead of having just 3 closed off loops, this actually comes with a little hook. So if you don't have enough space in your refrigerator, you can simply just hook this onto a ledge or something that's suitable in your refrigerator. So that's really it. It's simply just a ball with a little base. And these things have been great. So to use these, what you want to do is first when you get it, just give it a super quick wash. Just rinse it and make sure it's washed well. After you give it a rinse, what you want to do is just stick it in the freezer overnight. And then in the morning when you're ready to use it, you pull it out, put it on top of your espresso glass, and then put that under your espresso shot. You've got the espresso that's going to pull over the bowl, and we want to hit the first 12 grams or the first 40% or just around the first 50% of your espresso shot. Once that pulls, then just move it to the side and continue extracting your espresso. Now, for me, I don't actually have an espresso machine where I am right now, but I do have the A-Rhyme coffee maker. So while I love that machine, it doesn't have a dual spout. So I had to take one of these to a cafe where one of my friends works, and we pulled a single espresso shot that was split into 2 different spouts. One of them was on top of the Coffee Alive ball, and the other one just fell straight into a separate cup. We tasted them side by side. I actually asked it to not tell me which one it was, and straight away I could pick it. The difference between an espresso without the cold extraction versus with is huge. It makes your coffee taste vibrant. It makes everything from your espresso just taste enhanced. Lots more sweetness, clarity, and just an overall really nice finish to your espresso. We actually did it over a house blend espresso. So it was espresso that was roasted for milk essentially. And when we pulled that shot, the shot without the Coffee Alive, it tasted burnt and ashy and just dry. Compared to when we had it over the Coffee Alive ball, it just tasted so much more fruitier. All of those sort of characteristics from the coffee really just stood out 10 times more. So that was an interesting thing. It's not always about your specialty coffee tasting even better. Sometimes it's about your house blend espresso roast that you just want to make a little bit more manageable, and it did that, and it did it really well. Now, besides the taste, the convenience of use, and all the other things that comes with extract chilling, one thing that I absolutely love about this, and I'll have to admit it, is it's just so aesthetically pleasing to watch espresso pour over. So let me know what you think, whether you guys agree. So far, using one of these has been a game changer for me. But in saying that, this might not be right for you. This is a tool that is very, very niche, and it takes time to use. And unless you have 50 of these, or sometimes even 200 of these, depending on the quantity that your cafe is doing, it's certainly going to be a lot harder to implement in your workflow, especially under every single shot. However, if you're doing your normal house blends of coffee at your cafe and you find you're only doing 5 to 10 single origin espresso or single origin milk-based drinks, use 5 of these, have 10 of them in the freezer. They really don't cost that much. And having it in the freezer for your really special coffee, it's just going to make that experience so much better. So, like I said at the beginning of the video, this is essentially just a stainless steel ball welded onto a piece of wire. However, if you wanted to, you can go out and make one of these yourself. All you need is a stainless steel ball bearing. However, if you're going to go do that, there's a couple of things to look out for. And there's a couple of things at the Coffee Alive ball itself. The first is the size of the ball itself. You want something large enough that actually holds onto that cold temperature while your espresso is pouring over it. If the ball is too small, it just won't do that, and it will turn straight to room temperature. So just something to be mindful of. You also don't want it to be too big, as this will change the characteristic of your coffee. And in fact, we were talking to some people about this who are playing with it a lot more, and they actually said that different sizes of the balls will actually impact the flavor profile, which is just another level to this science. The other thing you want to look out for is the material. If you're purchasing something that's used for manufacturing, or it's used for another component of something, and it says stainless steel, we found that it's not always stainless steel. There's been people that we've spoken to about this, and they've actually said that it started to rust, which stainless steel just doesn't do. So you really have to be careful in where you're sourcing your ball bearing from. The other thing you need to consider is how you're going to hold the ball bearing over your espresso. So ways around this, you can use it in a dripper and then put that under another dripper for pour over. But if you're using espresso, it does get a little bit more challenging. So you can use a tea strainer, or I'm sure you've seen the video out there using the sink strainer. Just make sure you buy a new sink strainer, otherwise that's very unhygienic. One more thing you need to check is that there's no lubrications or oils over the ball bearing. Like I said, these are sold for mechanical purposes, that they're not meant for food consumption. So if you're going to be pulling espresso over something that's been lubed up and oiled, you're going to get a completely different flavor profile that you're not expecting. So be super careful of that if you go down that route. Otherwise, just grab one of these. They're cheap enough as it is, and they will solve all those issues. So guys, that was my quick spiel on the Coffee Alive Extract Chilling Ball. If you've got any questions about this, or there's something that we didn't cover, let us know down in the comments and we'll get to it as soon as possible. If you're interested in this topic, make sure you check out our description, as we've gone to a lot of trouble of sourcing different articles and different resources about extract chilling, and I'm sure you'll find them useful. Guys, that's all from me. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and we'll see you in the next video.